Today we're going to have some cake. So we're going to see out and ask if you would like some cake. And we're going to do just like we normally do. I'm going to put quotes around it. But what we're going to be a little bit different is we're going to actually be very specific about what kind of answer we want. We want a yes or no answer. So we're actually going to tell them type Y for yes or N for no. And we're doing that because we're going to use their input to control our program. Instead of taking in a whole string, we're just going to take in a single letter. Now, when we take in a single letter, we have a special variable type for that. And the variable type is actually a char. Char is short for character. It means any letter or number or special character on the keyboard or not on the keyboard. So we have a char answer. Would you like some cake? And so instead of typing a whole word yes, we're just going to type a single letter. And that is going to save as answer. We're going to use an if to control it and type in answer. If the answer is yes, remember we use two equals to compare, they're going to type in a Y. Now, I only put single quotes around it because it's not a string. When we do a string, we do double quotes. When we do a char, we do single quotes. So if the answer is Y, then we're going to say, here is your cake. And if the answer is not Y, we're just going to toss an else and ask them a question. Well, if they don't want cake, then why are you in my cake shop? So either they're going to answer Y or N. Now, technically, if they typed in X, it would still say, why are you in my cake shop? Because they didn't type in Y. We can make this a little bit more complicated other than just saying that, because we can actually enter some more information in our if statement. Sometimes we get in the habit of just outputting one thing, but we can actually do more work in here. In fact, we could declare and ask them how many pieces they want. So we're going to declare an int number, and this time we're going to see out how many pieces of cake would you like? And they might say 100 or 1, but they've already said yes, so they're not going to say 0, right? They want cake, and so we're going to see in their number. And just because we asked means we should probably do something with it. What we're going to do is we're going to say, here is your three or 4 or whatever that number is, the number pieces of cake. Here is blank pieces of cake. So now when we run this, double check, we've got our control. It says answer. If the answer is Y, it's going to ask them how many pieces of cake would you like. It's going to take in that number, and then it's going to say, here is blank pieces of cake. Okay. Do you notice that we have a little missing space there? I'm going to go ahead and fix that because we'd notice it in a second. The other thing we might notice is that I didn't put a return 0. That kind of bothers me, but let's go ahead and run it and see what happens. While it does that, let's see if we can add a return 0 at the end of this here. Would you like some cake? I'm going to say yes. How many pieces? 14. Here's 14 pieces of cake. Press any key to continue.